So, what is the Timeless format? Timeless is a new 60 card two-player format that's been introduced to Magic the Gathering Arena. And basically, from what I've gathered, this format is basically Arena's version of Hearthstone's Wild format. So, if you're not familiar with Hearthstone at all, Wild is basically a dumping ground for every old card that's ever rotated out of Standard and doesn't really receive a whole lot of balance. A lot of cards just get sent out to Wild and forgotten. And from what I've gathered of Timeless, it's very much the same. Because we already have a old format for old cards that doesn't rotate, and that's called Historic. But there's a lot of cards that aren't legal in Historic. What Timeless does is it kind of gives you another old format to play all of your most busted cards. Any card that is legal on Arena is legal in this format. So let's go over real quick. So we're at Magic the Gathering's website and its page for the Timeless format, and we're just going to go over this real quick. So what they're saying here is that your deck size is going to be 60 plus, so probably 60 card minimum, as many cards as you want, 15 cards sideboard for 3 match games, that kind of thing. Number of players, 2, obviously, because Arena only supports one-on-one gameplay. And game duration, they're expecting about 10-minute games each, so it's your basic standard fare. So why play this format? Play any card on Magic the Gathering Arena. Cards do not rotate as new standard sets are released. That's very true. It is a format that is eternal. It is a non-rotating format. So if you want to play any of your old school cards that you've collected over your years of playing Arena, this format is there for you. Format with the most powerful cards on Arena. Use the rebalanced versions of all digital cards, but the original tabletop printings of all non-digital cards. So basically what this means is that you have access to every single card you've ever been able to collect, nerfed and non-nerfed versions. Meaning the original versions, the original printed versions, you have access to those, but you also have access to the modified, nerfed, or buffed versions of those same cards. So you could technically put 2 different versions of Teferi into your deck, and one that costs 3 mana, one that costs 4 mana. Or any other card that got nerfed or buffed in any way. It's like this format allows you to play with both versions. I don't think they'll allow you to play like 4 of one and 4 of the other. You'll probably have to split it like 2 and 2 or 3 and 1, however you want to do it. But basically, that's it. It's like your entire collection is playable in this format. Let's scroll down a little bit. Here we have play rules and modifiers. Timeless is Magic the Gathering Arena's largest constructed format, where every card is legal. It includes the most powerful cards throughout Magic history. This format makes use of a restricted list, which limits the use of a card to a single copy, allowed either in the sideboard or in the main deck. Timeless is a constructed format that does not allow your combined deck and sideboard to contain more than 4 of any individual card. So your restricted list is a list of like really, really powerful cards. They only want you to have 1 card each in your deck. So you got the restricted list. Nothing, I think, is banned, and 4 cards each. So that is your modified rule set for this. So is basically any card you want, some restrictions may apply. Let's take a look at the banned and restricted list and see what they have to say. Okay, so here we are. Timeless banned and restricted cards. The following cards are restricted, which means you can only have 1 of them in your main deck and sideboard combined. And those cards are Channel, Demonic Tutor, and Tybalt's Trickery. Shit, that's That's nothing. It's like that's only 3 cards out of the entire list of cards. Yeah. Nothing is banned in Timeless, and those 3 cards are restricted to a single copy. That's almost no restriction whatsoever. So you can play with whatever you want, however you want, in any combination that you want. It's basically a Wild West format. So knock yourselves out. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what decks come out of the Timeless format in the coming weeks and months. So there it is. That is your new format, Timeless. So go build some decks, have some fun, and go wild, because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of modifications to this list. So there you go.